Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Halloween special here on Reacting and Reviewing. Now, this was a bit of a tough one to decide on because because I'm gonna tell you guys I don't usually watch horror movies. Not because I don't have any interest in them. It's just nowadays it's trying to find one that actually looks appealing. But this one, on the other hand, that I'm going to be checking out, does have some kind of promise that, as I've been hearing some decent things about. Tonight's movie came out in 2011, and its name is The Cabin in the Woods. Now, all I know about this movie is that apparently it's a satirical horror movie, and the only reason why I found I had to pick to some of this is because one, I kept hearing about it all over the internet and on TV. Excuse me. Two, it was in the Nostalgia Critics recent top 11 list of I think it's new Halloween classics. I think it was, and free. This thing's been delisted. Is getting delisted from Netflix on November 3rd, so I might as well check it out now while it's still up. So now, as I said, horror movies nowadays are usually hit and miss, but this one might be promising. It could be good, or it can end up being a total piece of crap. But I won't know that unless I just shut the fuck up and push play, which I'm about to do right now. So with that said, grab something to drink. And without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out The Cabin in the Woods. And we have our first horror movie cliche, the obligatory hot chicks.
Sorry.
And we have one brunette and one blonde. Who's gonna die first? And here comes the abundance of horror movie cliches, which from what I've heard from the Nostalgia Critic in his top 11, that you can blatantly see the obvious cliches. Like, for example, you got the hot chicks, you got the stoner, you got the college guy who plays football, and some other guy, and I went to a truck stop. Who knows about the creepy house set since the days of the war. I can pretty much see this being one of those movies that is not going to take itself seriously, and being a satirical horror. I can pretty much see this movie probably making fun of itself, which is, I can pretty much see it coming. I can probably guarantee. And we got the obligatory party, which involves which pretty much already involving all the things that you shouldn't do in a horror movie. Number one, don't drink. Two, don't do drugs. Three, don't have sex, even though there hasn't been a sex scene yet, but it's pretty much inedible at this point. And four, don't ever say that they'll be back. And whoa, Hello, the hot blonde's doing a... He's being seductive. So, I think this is about to get hot. Right, okay, so now there's just like... To quite possibly the oldest horror movie cliche in the book. And that's reading a part in Latin or any kind of strange language to rise the dead from the rise the dead from their graves. I know this is a satirical horror, but a satirical horror, but they're just really not taking this seriously, are they? And the guys in the facility are pretty much doing bets on this. You know what? So far, I actually kind of like this movie. So far, I'm being dead honest. No pun intended, by the way. I like the story on this one because basically at the facility it's pretty much has basically all control of the cabinet and the outside. Basically, gas that makes two people have sex, and now we got gas that changes the guy's mind about sticking together by convincing him for him and the gang to split up.
Oh, that's not good. Out of the way. The chem department, I need 500 cc's of...
And now the story has caught on to one of the cameras. This is really... and the guys that are working there are clearly not doing a good job at their work.
I want a reality TV show.
And there we go. We got our 4th wall breaking.
My parents are gonna think I'm such a burnout.
And zombies is up in the store now. You know, this whole thing is just completely cheesy, but I think it's pretty much the intent, because it's a satirical horror. But so far, I like this movie. I mean, I wasn't sure about it at first, but it's actually really good. And, oh no, they're not gonna kill off the stoner. I like that guy. Yay, the stoner's alive! Well, but for how long, I'm not sure. But yay! My favorite character in the movie's still alive! And the zombies still not dead yet. As I will say, the effects, you know, like the makeup for the zombies, look pretty well done. I mean, some look a bit cheesy, but some of them look quite alright. And so far, from what I've known from this movie is that there seems to be I mean, well, it is, as I've stated throughout this, it's a satirical horror. Meaning you got both your basic horror and satirical moments. So, and it's pretty well balanced throughout. I can definitely admit. well, one of the family directors always wanted a merman, and he ended up getting killed by one. I guess true things do come to those who wait. Oh, and 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 the girl that was working there got taken by a monster. What one that looked like was like one of the tentacle variety. So I think the obvious joke is obvious. But yeah, now the whole place has just been overrun by every deadly thing imaginable. Zombies, a wolfman, creepy little girls, a clown, and strangely enough, a unicorn. Who would have thought a unicorn would be considered deadly? I guess there must have been a horror movie that I must have missed out on. Sigourney Weaver? She's in this? Okay, I did not expect Sigourney Weaver to be in this movie. Because, I mean, I know that this movie's full of cliches, but I did not expect Sigourney Weaver, the actress that played Ripley in the Alien movies, to be in this. That's just fucking awesome! Okay. So, that was some ending. Okay, that was Cabin in the Woods. So let's start that, and I'll now go on to the review portion. So, did I like this movie? Yeah, surprisingly, and for reasons I'll go into. First off, the writing. For a horror movie nowadays, it's actually surprisingly well written. And as I've also well repeated throughout this, it is a satirical horror. Meaning that as well as the main horror movie aspects with the Caution's going to a cabin stay while being monitored by a facility that's doing a reality show that actually depicts actual deaths. But at the same time, there are bits that they don't really take themselves that seriously because they pretty much acknowledge every horror movie cliche in the book, such as, well, with our main cast, you've got the jock, the hot blonde, the hot brunette, the stoner, and the nerd. So, and of course, they pretty much do everything that they are not supposed to do in a horror movie. 1, don't drink. 2, don't have sex. 3, don't do drugs. The only one that they haven't done was say that they'll be back. So that's pretty much the only one that didn't do. And there's pretty much on the main facility they use switches and that to activate the the zombies and as well as locking doors, and as well as gas to make people have sex, and as well as changing people's minds for what from one to stick together to splitting up. So yeah, it's pretty well creative for a modern horror movie. Because, like I said, it's not very often I watch horror movies often, because it's kind of difficult to find one that actually catches my interest, and somehow this movie here actually managed to do it. So the writing is pretty well done. Acting. Well, the acting is a pretty basic horror movie shtick. As I said about the main cast, with the two hot chicks, Stoner and the nerd, and you got the two technicians who work at the facility, played by Richard Jenkins and Bradley Whitford, respectively. Can't remember if I've seen them in any other movies before, but they were fairly decent. But I know that Kristen Connolly, who played Dana, she was hot as fuck. Seriously. I mean, I've seen a lot of hot blondes in horror movies, but god damn, she had a nice body. I'm a man, I have needs! And the actress that played Jules, Anna Hutchison, she was pretty fine too. But, I recognise Chris Hemsworth as Kurt, but I can't remember what thing I've actually seen him in before. The only one I can cast member that I recognise was Sigourney Weaver, who most of you will know as Ripley from the Alien movies. So, which I thought was a pretty nice touch. But as I've pretty much said throughout this, I think his name's Marty, the Stoner. He was pretty much my favourite character throughout this movie, because, wow, he pretty much stole the movie, because I've seen a lot of Stoners in horror movies, but this guy I liked. So that and this is really good. Music. Most of the music in this pretty much sets the tone for each of the scenes, whether it be happy moments, and as well as the serious moments where they're like trying to survive, and as well as trying to, as well as various other scenes. I mean, it's hard to specify what kind of music it is, but it's pretty decent. And special effects. You do get your CG for like the monsters that you see later on, such as the giant snakes, spiders, Wolfman, ghosts, and a merman, and various other, as well as some blood effects. They are pretty decent for the most part, but at the same time there are some that look kind of cheesy and don't look nearly as good as the rest, but it's fairly decent. So, as you can probably guess by now, I do quite like this movie. So, I guess I pretty much talked about everything. So, with that said, can I recommend this movie? Absolutely. If you're looking for a good horror movie nowadays, I can definitely say this is probably one of my top picks. And I could give it a good recommendation. The Cabin in the Woods is available on DVD and Blu-ray for quite cheap now. And after seeing this, I think I might just pick up the Blu-ray at some point. And as I've stated at the start of this, that this thing is going to be delisted from the American Netflix on November 3rd. So I'm not sure if that applies for the British one as well, if it's on there. But if you want to see it, but on the American one, do it soon. If not, then I guess you could try the British one if they have it. But with that, we come to the close of this Halloween special of reacting and reviewing. And as always, if there's something that you want me to check out, then send me a request to one of the social media links in the outro. And until next time, this is Emma signing out. Happy Halloween.